So I just want to welcome you at Accountability Bootcamp, and I want to make sure that you can see my screen here. Can you see it?
Yep, I can see it.
You can see it, yes? Great. Okie dokie. Now you should have a better... Okay. Right, can you see it now?
Yep, perfect.
Great, okay. I'm just gonna take this here. Okay. And then, so it's the full screen. Right, welcome at Accountability Bootcamp. My name is Silvana Kozak, and I'm really, really excited for today's session because I've got some juicy stuff for you. And this session is all about how to get things done on time without feeling overwhelmed. And I prepared this session especially for you because I know you want to take your life and your business to another level. So we're going to start in about 30 seconds. I just want to make sure that you're all set and ready to go. And what I want to do today, I want to assure you that after this session, my goal for you is to have an idea and also feel less stress, an idea how to handle stress better, and also be more focused and get better results. So by the end of today's session, that's what you're gonna feel. That's how you're gonna really see things in better perspective. Now, if that's something you're interested in, I would like you to stay until the end because I have some free bonus for you, okay? So in the next 60 minutes, you're going to learn my exact strategy on how to get things done on time without feeling overwhelmed. So don't forget that at the end of this webinar, if you stay until the end, I'm going to give you a gift, which will help you to transform your productivity. So you will have to be watching it live in order to get it until the end. So if you stick around, you will get a downloadable clarity guide from me, and I will send it to you via email. Sounds exciting?
Oh, very exciting. I'm actually excited to start this whole thing right now.
Yay! Awesome. Okay, so first of all, Laura, I want to make sure that you're going to get the most out of this session, right? And I know there are distractions all around us, but this strategy I'm about to share with you can really change your life. So I don't want you to miss a single crucial step, okay? So please watch out for distractions, okay? And just do it for yourself, honestly. So close off your Facebook, Instagram, any emails, whatever you've got going on. So stop checking your emails and turn off your cell phone and just give me your complete attention because you will truly benefit from this session. And definitely do take notes. It's important for you to take notes because I've implemented some very powerful exercises which will help you, to get very clear about what is stopping you, to get results at the moment in your life, in your business. Okay?
Sounds good.
Cool. Okie dokie. So you've got your notepad, you've got your things to write on and something to drink, yeah?
Yep, I have my water bottle, I have my phone on silent, and I have my notes with the pen to get started.
Great. Awesome. I'm sipping my green tea. I've got a bottle of water. I've got everything with me as well. Cool. Awesome. So you're probably wondering why I'm qualified to teach you on this topic. And I know we met briefly, but I just want to give you a little bit of my story. So you've got an idea why she's telling me all this stuff and, why she's qualified to tell me all this stuff. So for the past 13 years, I'm specializing in international relations cross-cultural communication. So I've been studying international relations, human behavior, productivity, effectiveness, communication and neuroscience. And as a result of that, I've established my coaching and training business. So apart from my master's in management and international business, I'm also certified international trainer of neurolinguistic programming and hypnotherapy. And I'm also a master practitioner of NLP coaching and timeline therapy. So like I said, I've got thriving coaching business all over the world where I've got, my clients from different backgrounds and different countries, from United Kingdom to United States, Australia, Tokyo, Taiwan, Poland. And I've trained and I've been mentored and coached by the best: Tad and Adriana James, Bob Proctor, Brian Tracy, Michael Beckwith, Yvonne Williams, Tony Panels, Lisa Nichols, Shao Osmond, just recently Jeff Walker, Brandon Bouchard, and many, many others. And today I'm going to share with you some gold nuggets of some of the most powerful things that I've learned and applied and also taught, which completely changed not only my life, but also my clients' lives and my friends' lives all over the world. I speak 2 languages, and also I lived in Poland, London, and New York. So here is a little bit of my life. So a few pictures from, me being adventurous and active and connecting with some incredible people. And I'm not sharing that with you to brag. I just really want you to see that it's possible to create the lifestyle you want and you love. And I was really unhappy one day, and I just decided to take responsibility and be in charge of my next step. So I was able to create that, and I truly believe that everyone is capable of creating the life they love. Here are my happy clients, again, all over the world, some from Australia, some from United States, some from Colombia, some from Australia, Poland, England. And seeing these smiles and fulfillment in their eyes, it just something which is completely reinforcing me in my choice of doing what I do, and loving it even more. Now, I've done a lot of things right, but I also have done a lot of things wrong. So after doing it for 13 years, what I've discovered is that successful and truly happy people have a secret formula. And, it is actually simple to get results in life. It's actually our environment and mindset that makes it more complicated and difficult. So also another very interesting thing which I've discovered is that procrastination can be a good thing. You don't also need to be a disciplined person to be successful. And all these things I'm going to share with you today, you can actually apply to any area of your life. Exciting? I think.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm right here.
That's okay. So like I said, I discovered all this stuff in a hard way, and you're going to get to cheat. So you're going to get the easy way. Now, my hard way was, how can I say, yes, overwhelming, frustrating. And, I've been constantly changing my jobs. I also tried several different business ventures and collaborations where I invested a lot of time and money and wasted a lot of time and money. I was constantly comparing myself with other people. I was comparing myself with their success, and I really wasn't happy. I was trying to actually figure everything out by myself. So every time when I would try something new or move to a different job, or even in the beginning of my coaching career and my business, I was trying to do everything by myself, which, again, cost me a lot of emotions, frustration, and money. And I've spent thousands of pounds on training, seminars, books, workshops, and courses, and I still felt overwhelmed. Now, I haven't stopped spending money on those tools because I think they're extremely powerful. However, now I know where I'm going and I know what to say no to. So it's not just buying it for the purpose of buying it. I don't feel like I'm wasting money or time. It's because I know where I'm going. Now, I want to ask you this question. Do you want the simple way that will save you lots of money and, most importantly, your precious time?
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's Sure, yes.
Okay, cool. So like I said, for me, and I want you to have your own reason why you're here. Okay. So I want you to write it down actually why you are here today. Why did you join this session? And when you hear like, this main topic, the main subject of the session, how to have things done on time without feeling overwhelmed, what is it in it for you here today? Okay. So just write it down. And you can share it if you want.
Well, I mean, just like you, I also started my own business, and I've done a lot of personal development, and I do online marketing, but I just want to create a better lifestyle for myself and just be more relaxed, be more happy. And I know just having your own business creates a lot of things to do, and of course it comes with stress. Anybody who says it runs a business and they don't get stressed, I want to learn exactly what they're doing because I'm constantly stressed. So, I mean, the reason why I'm here is because I want to do more productivity without feeling overwhelmed. So you hit it right on the dot.
Awesome. I'm glad I did. Okay, cool. So thank you for sharing. And for me, like I said, the things which I'm sharing here, obviously I relate to my own experience, to experience of my clients, but I want you to have your own answers as well. So if you feel like there is something you want to write it down, and it's just the reflection of like of your current feeling, where you at, just put like a simple like short sentence or word so you can elaborate on that at the end of the session, so you can actually maybe spend 15 minutes, maybe half an hour if it's available for you after this session, and you can elaborate on this. For me it was a huge thing to find my passion. So in the past 13 years I was able to do that because of the tools which I'm using nowadays for myself and for my clients. And I started my business, which is location free now. I've been coached, like I said, and mentored and trained by the best in business, in online marketing, in personal development, neuroscience, and spirituality. And I think I wouldn't be able to actually achieve what I've done so far without that support. And I wouldn't be able to actually create that lifestyle that I love and enjoy every single day. And I truly want that for you as well. Now, results are not typical here, okay? So I want you to bear in mind that I will talk you through specific steps, and I will share with you some really powerful ways to get more things done and improve your results and get rid of stress and create the life you want. However, my results are certainly not typical, and the average person who attends any trainings gets zero results. Now, why I know that, how I know that is because I was one of them. And however, today, I'm happy to share with you the exact ways and strategies I'm using for free. And, this is not for someone who is expecting results without putting any work in it. And very often we do expect, people expect, oh, I just want to someone else fix it for me. And they don't really they don't want to do the hard work. But the hard work doesn't have to feel, bad, it doesn't have to feel like not fun. So I want you to sort of like have that self-awareness, which will help you to enjoy it more, enjoy the progress more. So you're going to leave this webinar feeling clear about what's stopping you daily from getting things done, and also motivated to finally take action. Does it sound good?
Sounds great. I'm ready to go.
Cool. Now I want you to imagine, can you see yourself being more productive and effective at work, like in your business? What that would make you feel like? What that makes, like, how would that make you feel?
To be more productive in my work?
Yes, like, can you see being more productive and effective at work?
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
in your
Definitely. I can see
business?
myself being more productive and effective at work and actually doing more tasks that result in more. So I have time, but I want to make sure that time is filled with things that are actually like gonna give me the results I want. And just being able to get there, I could see the benefit for my business and my life, period.
Awesome. Now, can you imagine your life being free from stress, from pressure, disappointment, and constantly feeling tired? How would that feel to you?
It would feel amazing not to be like that. I would have a lot more of a relaxed mindset on a daily basis, which will probably allow me to do other things I like to do. Sometimes because you get too stressed or I get too stressed, I don't like, I don't have the energy to go do something else that I like maybe work out or go to the park or whatever it could be.
Now, can you hear your clients calling you to work with you without you actually chasing them? How does that sounds to you?
That sounds ideal. It sounds like I want that right now.
And I'm sure, I mean, that would be very, how can I say, freeing, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, can you imagine always completing your projects easily and effortlessly? How would that help your business?
It would help me a lot. I could probably add more projects to it if I know I could do it and not feel overwhelmed.
Mm. And how would it feel to have clarity and confidence in your business, in your career, and enjoying every day at work without any stress and burnout?
It would feel great. It would
Mm.
be amazing.
So, how about your family and friends? How would they react to all these positive changes? What would your friends say? Or
They would like it. I mean, I'm already like a jolly person, but I mean, like, you could tell there's a difference. There's somebody when they're really happy, but you can still see the stress. And I think they will have a much better version of Laura than what they have now, which would be awesome all around. I think my relationships would go stronger.
mm, that's great. That's awesome. Right. So let me share with you three secrets to actually get things done, have things done on time without feeling overwhelmed. Now, the first secret is that there is a simple way to meet your deadlines. Second one is that number two is that you can get more things done in one day by applying those tools than you used to in a month. Secret number three is that you don't need to be a disciplined person to get results you want. So let's move to number one. There is a simple way to meet your deadlines. Now, I see a lot of people, and what I hear is that it's hard and complicated to get things done. I'm always busy. Now, it's hard because we are trying to do too many things at the same time. We have more reasons and excuses why we can't do it than we have actual results or attempts of doing it. So we are allowing everything and everyone around us distract us from our most important tasks. And if you remember in the very beginning of today's session, I actually said if you could just sort of like stop doing whatever you're doing and just focus on that. And towards the end of this session, you will see how it will feel, because now you're just focusing on you're focusing on learning, how to get things done, and you laser focus on just this one thing. Now, when we do our daily tasks, we very often have our phone, email, people calling us, and that is actually what is distracting us from the end goal. So it's not about doing everything right, it's actually about doing the right thing. And the more clear you are about what you want, the more likely you're going to achieve it. So I want to ask you this question. What is your goal? What is your goal? Is your goal to maybe losing weight and getting more fit? Is it either finding, and as I know you're already in amazing relationships, so maybe putting a little bit of spark in your marriage and actually spending maybe more time with your husband, maybe doing more fun stuff, maybe you finding yourself, you guys been working crazy hours and you're just constantly in this work mode and you forget actually about on going on dates, and do some fun stuff. So maybe it's actually about the relationship and taking it to another level. Or maybe in that case, it's about taking your business to another level, or actually making that important phone call to start this exciting projects. What about your business? How about actually restructuring your business? I know you have your own business, you guys running it together. So what about this project? Is that your goal currently? You've got this big project and you want to sort of like, really make it happen for yourself? Or it's simply just being super energized every day and have that perfect vitality? Or maybe your goal is just simply to have fulfillment from what you do. So I want you to take, a few seconds and just write it down. What is your goal? Now, very often we also want so many things at the same time, and maybe you want actually quite a few things from what I just mentioned. And if you think about it, okay, I want to improve my health, I want to take my business to another level, I want to create the life I love, I want to work on this project. Then when you think about it, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like it feels so overwhelming. Where do I start? And the day has only like 12 hours, 24 hours, but then you have to run your business, you have to get some rest, you have to take care of your family, whatever you're doing. It's like, oh my gosh. And then as you're feeling overwhelmed, that is causing you to procrastinate. Now, what is procrastination? What is causing it and how to overcome it? Is there any actually solution? So procrastination is getting ready to get ready, to get ready. So you're actually swimming in your comfort zone. So I want you to ask yourself a question. Write it down now. Where specifically in your life you are getting ready to get ready to get ready? Write it down on a piece of paper. The first thing you have to be doing, but you're constantly procrastinating on it. You can share it. You're more than welcome to share it. If not, then just write it down.
Cool. All right, I wrote it down.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Now, let's talk about the real problem. So, okay, this is just one more thing when it comes to procrastination. How can you smell the procrastination? Every time when you say to yourself, I'm not sure, oh, I need time, in the future, another day, whenever, perhaps, not yet, tomorrow, all these kind of things. When instead of saying all this stuff, you should be doing it right now. That's procrastination. So here's the real problem. The real problem is that the amount of information you need to process on a daily basis is huge. So the internal dialogue that you use constitutes suggestions which you give to the unconscious mind on a regular basis. So your point of view, which is evaluation of an external experience, makes a difference as to what kind of suggestions you are giving to an unconscious mind. Now, we have about 2 million bits of information per second, which are coming through all channels, which is visual, auditory, kinesthetic, gustatory, and olfactory, into the neurology of our nervous system. And human brain is capable of handling only 134 bits per second. Now, this is according to Hungarian biologist Csikszentmihalyi in a book, Flow. So Csikszentmihalyi says that the brain is capable of handling about 134 bits per second, yet we are bombarded by amazing 2 million plus bits per second of information. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know. Now, I didn't gather that. I didn't really gather how much this was until I was introduced to this analogy of a toothpick. So imagine in your right hand that somebody is handing you a toothpick and you hold it, and they hand you another one and you hold it. And let's just say for a moment that they handing you 134 toothpicks. And you can imagine that, right?
Right.
Now, imagine that they're handing you 134 toothpicks per second. So you can grab it and hold 134 toothpicks, right?
Right.
But imagine they handing you a 2 million toothpicks per second, and imagine that within these 2 million toothpicks, you have to grab 134 and put them in your left hand. So within 2 million bits of information per second that we receive, only about 134 of them are capable of being processed by the brain. Now, the brain is an information processing unit, which helps to create our internal representation, which is made of visual, auditory, kinesthetic, gustatory, olfactory, and auditory digital. So it's all the pictures, sounds, feelings, smells, taste, and self-talk. Now, in order to handle 134 bits per second of information, we tend to group it, chunk it. So you put it like in a group of information into 7 plus minus 2 chunks of information. So 7 is a very magic number for the human's nervous system. And most people can't remember more than 7 of products category. For example, this is like a marketing fact. So 7 plus minus 2 chunks of information that we can handle consciously. Now, here's one of my amazing clients, Janet Perez, and she's from Los Angeles. She's got her training and development company. And this is what she said. I've been having so much issues trying to bring together where my knowledge is and where my passion is. And Silvana really aligned those two things for me. And that's been something I've been struggling for a long time. So now instead of me going all over the place, I know the direction I need to take to really make it happen. And I'm ready to take the leap that I've been afraid to take because I wasn't really clear where I wanted to go, and now I am. So I've noticed after working with high achievers, and Janet was one of them, that clarity part is very, very important. That's a huge, huge starting point. So the more clear you are about what you want, the more likely you are to achieve it. So how would your life look like if you were always clear about your next step? Write it down. How would your life look like if you were always clear about your next step?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm. And then the second question I've got for you is, what do you usually do to seek clarity? What is your strategy for clarity? If you don't have that clarity and, you find yourself doing so many things at the same time, you're trying to multitask, or you feel like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I've got this project, I've got this client, I've got this and that. And you feel like, your progress is like not happening. What do you do to seek clarity? And just put your answer. You can say what you wrote if you want to.
Well, yeah, to seek clarity, I try to go in a quiet place, usually in my bedroom, and I try to just close my eyes and think about why I'm doing the things that I'm doing and what do I want to get out of them. And then that gives me a little bit of clarity because it makes me realize like why I'm doing what I'm doing in the first place.
Very good. That's very good. That's a very good strategy. But also I would add something here. So it's good to have, to do like a meditation or like a little bit of like silence. But also what is good is to put your thoughts on a paper, because if you keep it in your mind, it can get a little bit cloudy. So when you have that moment and, sort of like a space for yourself, also write things down after that. So it puts a little bit more perspective, and maybe there are some other questions you need to ask yourself or someone else to get the right answers. Does it sound good?
It sounds awesome. I wrote it down.
Great. Now, secret number 2. You can get more things done in one day by applying these tools than you used to be in a month. Okay. Now, most people think that successful people do everything right, which is not true. they do the right thing. Okay. So I always, so after, again, like I said, coaching so many successful people and high achievers, they always say, it always takes me ages to complete any tasks. Now, why is it? It's because we focus on what we don't want, and then we assume that it's not going to work anyway. Instead of focusing on the deadline and the end results, focus on actually enjoying the process and how much you can learn from it. Very often also what happens is that we overestimate what we can achieve within 1 year, and we underestimate what we can accomplish within 3 years. So I want to introduce you and encourage you to create like a domino effect in your life. Now, there are 3 reasons why high achievers shouldn't try to do everything right. First of all, it costs a lot of money. Imagine trying to be accountant, marketer, personal assistant, financial person for yourself, and tech guy. If you try to do everything, it will cost you a lot of money because you have to get trainings in all of these sort of like sectors, in all of these parts of your business. It's impossible also to be good at everything. I mean, all the people who are making things happen, who are successful, who get results, they're usually good at 1 or maybe 2 things. So it's really impossible to be great, to be very good at everything. And it's a waste of time. You don't really need to reinvent the wheel if you're trying to accomplish something. All you need to do is to find the formula, because there's someone else out there who's already doing what you're trying to accomplish. And I'm going to share a little bit more about it. But now I want us to take a step back and see where it all begins. So let's look at life. Okay. So when you look at your life, you've got left side, which is results, and then the right side, which is reasons. And the first question you need to ask yourself is which side of the equation you're on. Now, I see a lot of people, like I said, and the issues of cause and effect is a very common issue. So the reason side is the effect side of the equation. And the result side is the cause side of the equation. So if you're on the cause side of the equation, you say to yourself, yes, I created all the effects in my life, and I'm responsible for everything that happens in my world. So you're taking action to either fix it or make it better. So it's a positive side. It's a successful people side, right? Now, if you're on the effect side, which is the most popular side, I would say, most people are on it because, they basically blame economy, their family, their partners, parents, money issues, their health, whatever it is. And if you're on that side, you say, yes, everything that happened to me, someone else did. I didn't do it myself. Someone else did it to me. So let me ask you a question. Who is driving the bus? Who is driving your bus? Who is in charge of the results you produce? So if you're on the cause of your life, you're the one who will produce results. And if you're on the effect side, you will have lots of reasons why you didn't get what you wanted. Now, I'm not sure if you ever thought about it, but the reason side is not the best side to be on, right?
Right.
Now, today, I want to really encourage you to stop making any excuses. So for why you can't get it done, and start focusing on all the reasons why you must make it happen. Why you must make it happen for yourself, for your husband, for your future, for your family, for your health, whatever it is. What is the reason? And you can write things down as you think of it. And the reason why successful people are successful is because they are focused on results instead of being busy finding reasons why they can't do it. They just do it. That's it. What is also very important is to define what success means to you. What's your definition of success? Because if you try to accomplish success and it's a success which someone else is, having, you can't really get there because that's their way of making it happen, if that makes sense. Everyone should have their own personalized definition of success. So define success for yourself. Now, this is one of my favorite quotes and tips from Steve Jobs. And he said, that's been one of my mantras: focus and simplicity. Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean, to make it simple. But it's worth it in the end, because once you get there, you can move mountains. And he did move mountains, right?
Yeah, definitely. He's one of the people I usually read on because he's just so impressive.
Exactly. And he was so simple. Let's look at his clothing. He was constantly wearing almost the same clothes. This is we're thinking about all those big stuff. But when it comes to running your own business or making your vision and mission happen, you have to get rid of all these distractions. And clothing can be a very destructive thing.
I agree.
And also, when it comes to success is built sequentially. It's one thing at the time. Here's my other amazing client. His name is Adam King, and he's from London. He's the owner of Think Like a Fish. And what he said, I made a huge stride in such a short time that I've never thought possible, removing barriers and thoughts that had held me back for years. It's almost like some kind of magic. That's what he said. And we've been working with Adam. So I was working with Adam one-on-one, and, he was already, very successful guy in his marketing position. But there were other things which were internally sort of more deeper in his mind, and he was procrastinating on them. And I think very often when you have all those professional ambitions, you need to also remember what internally fulfills you. And that's what Adam was able to accomplish and discover. Secret number 3, you don't need to be a disciplined person to get results you want. People who get results are not always disciplined, and that shocked me, truly shocked me. Also, no one achieved success alone. If you look at all the athletes, stars, artists, even politicians or entrepreneurs, truly successful people, they have a team behind them. They have, let's look at athletes. They have their coaches, their mentors, they have their physiotherapists, they have their therapists, they have the whole team behind them. So who is your team? Where is your team? You need to be able to choose your team and your tribe, which is supporting your vision, your mission, and your goal. It is one of the most prevalent myths of our culture, self-discipline. And there is no need to be more disciplined than you already are. All you need is to direct and manage it a little bit better. People believe that success is a marathon of disciplined actions, which is not true. Success is actually a short race, like a sprint fueled by discipline, like a short sprint, which is fueled by a discipline only long enough for a habit to kick in and take over. So the best thing to do in this case is to develop a habit of doing things which needs to be done. Now, to do so, we need just enough discipline. When it comes to success and results, we almost always hear the words discipline and habit, right? Next to each other. And even though their meaning is different, they're creating a very solid foundation for achieving things in our life. Now, I'm not sure if you heard that before. Regularly working on something until it regularly works for you. Have you heard that before?
Yeah, I think I've heard it before.
Yeah. So when you train yourself to do things or act in a specific way, by sticking to it long enough, it will become routine. In other words, a habit. When someone looks like a disciplined person, what they really are is a person who trained a handful of habits in their lives. So you can become successful with actually less discipline than you think. Now, how is it possible? Here's the challenge. You need to choose the right habit and then add to it enough discipline to establish it. As soon as you achieve it, it will become your daily behavior, which will make you look like you're a disciplined person. However, you won't be one. You will become someone who was able to use selected discipline to build a powerful habit. Now, let me give you an example which will just blow your mind, and it's my favorite. Michael Phelps. So Michael Phelps is an Olympic swimmer and is a great example of selected discipline. Even though he was diagnosed with ADHD as a child and labeled by his kindergarten teacher as a not gifted, and spent a lot of time on the side of the pool by the lifeguard stand for disruptive behavior, by 2012 at London's Olympic Games, his total medal count was 22 and made him the most decorated Olympian in any sport in history. How amazing is that? Now, Michael's mom says that his ability to focus amazes her, and his coach since age 11, his name is Bob Bauman, says he calls it his strongest attributes. Now, how did it happen? How Phelps was able to transform from a boy who would never be able to focus on anything to someone who achieved so much. So Phelps became a person of selected discipline. And let me share with you his blueprint. Would you like to hear that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So from age 14, he trained 7 days a week, 365 days a year. His strategy was simple. By training on a Sundays, he got a 52 training day advantage on the competition. So every day he spent up to 6 hours in the water. Phelps basically channeled all of his energy into one discipline that developed into one habit, swimming daily. So the first major benefit from developing the right habit is quite obvious. It makes you achieve your desired goal. And most importantly, it simplifies your life. As you know what you have to do well, and at the same time, you know what you don't. Your life actually becomes clearer and less complicated. So by being disciplined at the right habit, you have a right to be less disciplined in other areas. Sounds fun, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I see exactly what you're saying.
Right? So
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on this one?
I think it's pretty amazing. I mean, I always like to think of myself as like good discipline, but like you said, I mean, I could have discipline, but if it's not channeled like to something that's actually going to give me results, then it's almost like non-existent.
Exactly. Exactly. So here is one of my amazing clients' testimonial, and here is her experience. She said she's constantly pushing to be the best I can be for the team that she's leading, and she found her great success, but she sacrificed a life balance in the process. And she said that after us working together, she can put herself in a positive state at any time, and she can now see the landscape of her life much clearer, and it's amazing. And now she has tools to work around any barriers and encounter and know that she's got those resources, and she can also reach out anytime. She also has more confidence, and she's more settled in her brilliance. She's no longer afraid of being transparent and building stronger relationships. And also she's more aware of her emotions and focus on doing and being rather than worrying and hiding. She also appreciates my ability to be fully present and engaged, and felt really special, and it helped her to sort of like open up. Now, let's go back to this very powerful picture. And I'm sure this slide looks familiar because it was a little bit like a few slides earlier. BJ Thornton said, every great change starts like a falling dominoes. So how to create a domino effect in your life? If you look at this picture, each standing domino represents a small amount of potential energy. So the more you line up, the more potential energy you've accumulated. Line up enough, and with a simple flick, you can start a chain reaction of surprising power, which was proven actually by Wager's Domino Production in 2009, where they coordinated a world record domino fall by lining up more than 4.5 million dominoes in a dazzling display. Now, in 1983, few years before, Lorne Whitehead discovered that domino falls could not only topple many things, they also could topple bigger things. It's been proven that single domino is capable of bringing down another domino that it's actually 50% larger. Now, look at this slide, at this picture. Do you see the implication of that theory on this picture? I know it might be slightly not clear. I have to like actually make it a little bit larger, but I'm gonna take you through what is there. So you see that the first domino is 2 inches tall. Let's assume it's 2 inches tall domino. If we assume that the first domino is 2 inches tall, the 18th domino would be almost as tall as the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The 23rd domino would be as tall as Eiffel Tower, and the 31st domino would loom over Mount Everest by almost 3,000 feet. Now, number 57 would bridge the distance between the Earth and the Moon. So remember, getting extraordinary is about creating a domino effect in your life. And all you need to do is to find the leading domino, the lead domino, the first domino, the 2-inch domino. So we can create this incredible, powerful domino effect in your life. So let me ask you this question. What's your 2-inch lead domino? And if you want, you can say it, also write it down.
Writing it down.
Mm-hmm. Right. So now I want you to, again, imagine. Imagine what were you thinking when I asked you about your goal, about this goal you were thinking about. And I don't know what it is, but maybe it was feeling sexy, fit, in your perfect shape. Maybe it was about taking your relationship to another level, adding a little bit of adventure and spark into it. Maybe it was about this next client. this next deal you're so excited or nervous about and making it truly happen. Or maybe it was just about your business that you want to take it to another level. You want to restructure it. Or this project, this specific project or idea you have. Or maybe it's about you feeling 100% every day, have this right energy and vitality. Or maybe it was about feeling fulfilled. So let me ask you a question. This stuff is pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
And
So
we
far, I got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. I'm glad to hear that. Now, you can see how simple it can be to get things done on time without feeling overwhelmed, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, an hour, it's not long enough. I mean, I think we've been just about an hour here. And even if I wanted to spend the whole day, it's kind of impossible to, give you all the tools and also you practice it. So how about if we can actually work together directly, where I can actually help you to become clear on what you want and develop the right habits and create the domino in your life? How would it help you? How would that make you feel?
It would make me feel a little bit more like it's just the accountability. I'll have somebody there that's like, hey, like, remember what we learned? You have to do it. You have to do it. You have to do it.
Great. And yeah, that was actually my other question. Would it help you if actually I hold you accountable so you can stay on track with all these projects you've got going on? Now, for the last hour, like I said, hour 45 minutes, I've shared with you some amazing stuff. And again, this is the theory. This is just the information. And like I promised before, we got some clarity here. So I've shared with you how to, like I said, like I've promised, we got clear about what is stopping you daily from getting things done, which is the amount of information you need to process, feeling overwhelmed with all the things you need to do and procrastinating and getting ready to get ready. And also, now you should feel motivated to finally take action, as you can, see how simple it is to create the domino effect in your life. Now, I'm going to share with you something very special I prepared for you. And like I said, this program is to create that space and community of high achievers. So Accountability Bootcamp is something I've designed for people who are ready to take their business to another level, who wants to truly commit and wants to have a great result within next 30 days. Okay. But before I'm going to talk about Accountability Bootcamps, I want to tell you about, all the old habits you have and you trying to sort of like overcome them or maybe implement a new ones. Old habits die hard because think about it. If you had them for such a long time, you can't expect them to just disappear in one day. So that's why you need actually this accountability. So let me ask you a question. And probably you've attended so many webinars and like different workshops, and you get fired up and excited. And what happens the next day? Nothing, right?
Yeah, a lot of the times, yeah.
Exactly. And it's a shame because, what I've shown you here, it's some really, really powerful tools which can really help you to improve not only your business, but other areas of your life. So the only way to make it happen is to break this one habit in the beginning and then other habits right now. So that's why I've created this program. And this is something which can truly help you to break bad habits if you implement it over at least 30 days. So during the 4 weeks of Accountability Bootcamp, not only I'm going to teach you how to get things done, but I'm also help you to implement those tools, practice them, and you'll have opportunity to ask questions, receive feedback, measure your progress, and in creating what you want. So when you do the right thing, it can liberate you from having to monitor everything. And the hard stuff becomes habit, and habit makes the hard stuff easy. That's what Gary Keller said, and I think it's just incredible and so right. Now, be like Michael Phelps, find your sweet spot, and then find the discipline to establish a habit, which will automatically change your life. So here's what you're going to get in Accountability Bootcamp. You're going to get 4 weeks of Accountability Bootcamp, which is, so the value is in pounds, but I'm going to share the dollar value at the end, so don't worry about it. So it's $9.99 for 4 weeks Accountability Bootcamp. You've got also weekly live coaching calls with the whole group, which is $8.99. Clarity call with me, 30 minutes, which is $250. And altogether, that makes it $2,630. This is for the whole 4 weeks of Accountability Bootcamp. Now, let me break it down for you. So what will you learn during those 30 days? How to reprogram your brain, how to get rid of negative thoughts and bad habits, how to also the power of unconscious and unconscious mind, and also how to stop feeling overwhelmed in just a few minutes using the powerful technique. So you can actually practice that technique every day, and it will take you out of that overwhelm. Also, you will learn about the daily rituals which will change your life and secrets of motivation and much more. Now, during the weekly live coaching calls, I will hold you accountable and help you to measure your progress. You will be able to ask questions, share your progress and your challenges, and also listen to other people's story. Now, at the Clarity call with me, what I'm going to do before we start Accountability Bootcamp, which starts on the 7th of November, I will help you to get clear and make sure you're ready to go. And that will be just me and you, 30 minutes call. Okay, so let's recap. So that's what you're gonna get. 4 weeks of Accountability Bootcamp, which is worth £1,000, which is about $1,200. You're gonna get weekly live coaching calls with the group and Clarity call prior to that with me, 30 minutes of that, which in total is $2,630. And also, I've got a bonus for you. You're gonna also get an accountability buddy. Someone who on a daily basis will hold you accountable so you can stay on your project. You can stay focused, laser focused. And you also gonna get a membership in a private group for high achievers. And this is for the first 20 people who's gonna join. Now, let's recap because there are a couple of things we add here. 4 weeks of Accountability Bootcamp. You're gonna get weekly live coaching calls. You're going to get Clarity call with me. You're going to get accountability buddy, membership in a private group for high achievers. And all of that is worth $4,462. So I want to ask you a question. If all this did was free you from stress and pressure at work, would it be worth it? If all this did was help you to get clear, simplify and stay focused so you can get things done, would it be worth it? If all this did was give you support and help you need to stay focused and stay on track, especially when you need it the most, would it be worth it? Now, when I was creating this program, and the reason why I created this program, because as much as I enjoy my one-on-one clients, I found that some people really enjoy working together and in a community. They like to share things, and that's how they actually make progress. So I had two choices. The first option, I had to go cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible seats. That wouldn't incentivize me to really, stack the value. Now, the second option requires a little bit higher investment, but in exchange, I can devote more resources to guarantee your success. And that's what I was really focusing on. So, what's your time worth to you? How much time do you think you spend feeling overwhelmed and procrastinating? How many hours per day? Just put the number on a paper. How many hours did you say per day?
About 2 to 4.
Okay, perfect. Well done. Okay, so let's do the math. So like I said, how many hours per day you maybe worry about stuff, or maybe you feel like, oh my gosh, I've got so much to do, crazy. And then that is simply causing you procrastinating. So you're just completely doing things which are not necessary, urgent or important, and you just, procrastinating. And it kind of looks like that. So let's do a math. So if you spend 2 hours per day, that is 14 hours per week. That's 60 hours per month. And that's 730 hours a year. Now, I didn't take these numbers from nowhere. This is a very bare minimum, because when I spoke to my clients and high achievers, like 4 hours, it's the minimum. Like I didn't want to exaggerate here. So that's why I put 2 hours. So we could actually easily double that number and put almost 1,500 hours per year here.
Right.
Yeah. So look, money replenishes. Each month, money comes back. And time doesn't. So I'm inviting you to invest in yourself, because when you change the way you think, you become clear. You develop the right habit and learn how to create a domino effect in your life. No one will be able to take it away from you. And you can apply to any other areas of your life. So you can go there and spend thousands of dollars on courses, seminars, and trainings where you will learn new stuff. However, after the event is over, you'll be stuck. You'll be in the same spot, because there won't be anyone to hold you accountable and help you to stay on track. So by inviting you to Accountability Bootcamp, I'm just really trying to save you a bunch of time and money. So let me ask you this question. If you can have those hours back every year to put your focus and concentrate your attention on what are you actually trying to create, what would that do for you?
It would just, I would have a lot more time that I wouldn't have otherwise, or that I'm not using correctly.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What else?
It would give me less stress, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. What else? If you could have those hours back. So if you said it's between 2 hours to 4 hours per day, that's like between 730 to almost 1,500 hours per year. So if you have those hours back, what would you do with them? How would you spend these hours?
I would actually I would be doubling down my work. I really enjoy what I do. I like it. And I wish I could do more of it. It just gets hectic. And that's the part that I don't like. I would like to have more peaceful relaxation, because if it's something I like, I shouldn't feel overwhelmed, but I have a tendency to get over anxious when I have a lot of things to do. I'm excited to do all of it, and I want to do it all at once, and I can't do it all at once, which just in turn causes me to feel overwhelmed.
I see. Okay. Now here's one of my clients, and he's the owner of the hardware company and a partner in automotive business. And he said he decided, he was already very successful in his business. And he said he decided to try an accountability coach to see if it would help him, if it would help push me to complete the tasks in a better time frame than doing it alone. Most useful was the weekly meetings and having to make progress. I've partnered with a person to take over a large chunk of my work, and accountability coaching pushed me to take action. I feel better about my direction in business. I'm improving every day, week, month, so I'm very comfortable in knowing that I'm only getting better. I value my time more. I've been able to spend more time with my family, both before and after working with Silvana. But the difference is that the difference being that after working with her, I'm more effective at running my business while still being able to spend more time away. And he added that he knows me, and he talked about the authenticity and positive and honest thing, which I think it's crucial. When you have your coach, mentor, you have to have that sort of sense. And obviously, I really appreciate what he said here. And I truly enjoy working with Jason. He's an amazing person. Now, private clients who work with me, they invest, they invest $9,000. This is for a longer period of time. So this is for 3 months to work with me. This is the starting point. If someone wants to work with me one-on-one. Now, if you look at the program I shared with you, you can say why it's a good deal, right?
Yeah, definitely.
This program will be available for a short period of time to general public, but now I'm enrolling just people personally. So like I said to you, this is a invite only enrollment phase. But because you are special and we met in person, and exactly that's the reason why I'm gonna give you a very special deal. So for you to get started today, for the whole 4 weeks program, it's $365 for 4 weeks of accountability bootcamp. Now we're going to start on the 7th of November. So before that, you're going to actually have a call with me, which will help you to get ready for that month, for the whole program to start. As long as you decide today, within next 60 minutes, it's $365. Okay?
Okay.
Now,
awesome.
Knowing is one thing and doing is another thing. And it's not equal. Many people misunderstand that. And they say, oh yeah, I know, Silvana. Yeah, it's about clarity. Oh yeah, I know, I got to write it down. And they never do it. And if they do it, it's only on a paper, but they don't actually work on implementing those important habits so they can create this domino effect. Also, I would like to add a third bonus for you. You're going to get, with this accountability bootcamp, weekly tasks that will keep you on track and focus at all times. And the value of it is £1,000, which is about $1,200. And this is just for the first 10 people who's going to join accountability bootcamp. So again, get started now. And this is the link. So what do you need to do? It's a bit.ly link /accountability bootcamp. And as you go to that link, it will take you through PayPal. And when you place the payment, when I will follow up with you via email. So I'll send you what you need to do next. Okay. Now, let's talk about disposable income. So shifting your disposable income from, liabilities to assets, because you spend it on something. It's important to spend your money on something that actually brings you a long-term fulfillment. And during 4 weeks of accountability bootcamp, you will be able to develop a new asset, which will be your selected discipline. That's why it's so important. This new habit, this new routines you're going to get, but also the project, the thing you're going to be working will help you to apply that to any area of your life. Now, there are 2 types of people. Oh, there is one more here. You have 2 options here. You have 2 choices. You can either do nothing and not take a leap of faith in this one, and that's completely 100% risk-free. It's going to be like another set of information, another seminar, another webinar, another, information, dry information, or you can actually take action and invest in yourself, in your business, and in your progress today, and give it a shot. If it works, great. And if it's not going to work, then I'm happy to give you money back. So the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out, actually investing in that constant progress? And there are two tales of people. And I want to ask you a question. Which one of these you are?
Like the chick with the arms up in the air, not the.
Yay! Well, you look more like her, definitely. And it's not necessary as just related to the way they both look, but it's also the mentality of doing things, having things done, and thinking about things, and yeah. So this is, I know you answered that, but it was just more for you answering for yourself. But again, exactly. It's all about feeling like that every day. Now, this is my other client. Her name is Jacqueline, and she was able to develop a positive relationship with herself after working with me, and after one breakthrough session with me, she actually had some amazing results even 5 months after. And she was able to improve all the other areas of her life. Like I said, this is like a really, I would say, evergreen tools you will be learning over those 4 weeks. So what you need to do is to follow this link, which is bit.ly/accountability bootcamp. And that will take you to the PayPal site. So let's recap. What are you going to get? You're going to get 4 weeks of accountability bootcamp worth $1,000, $1,200. Weekly live coaching calls with me. You're going to get clarity call just with me one-on-one, accountability buddy, membership in a private group for high achievers, and weekly tasks that will keep you on track and focus at all times. And all of that is worth $5,685. Now, I'm nothing special. Honestly, the reason why I'm where I am right now is because I was able to improve my emotional fitness and really work on my mindset. And that's why I'm saying, I'm nothing special, because if I was able to create that change, if I was able to transform and also transit from working for someone to become, completely independent and working for myself and being happy, everyone is capable of achieving that. So that's why it's so powerful. It's just gonna take your mindset, help you to take your mindset to another level. Now, the first 5 people who's gonna sign up, they're going to get a powerful one-on-one with me, which is worth $649. So what I'm going to do is basically you're going to get, in addition to 30 minutes, you're going to get actually 1.5 hours with me on the phone or Skype or Zoom. And I'm going to really help you before we kick off with Accountability Bootcamp to prepare yourself for the whole program. So to get started now, all you need to do is to go to that link. It's $365. And if you have any questions, that's the time where I can answer them.
Awesome. Well, I pretty much, I followed everything. Like you were saying, you were very clear. I like the fact that you went over everything really with good detail. So I know I got all the information I needed.